Hello and welcome to Nerdy News, where nerdy guest stars to talk about nerdy things. I'm back with my dad.
Hey guys, how you doing?
And we're going to hop right into Super Bowl trailers.
Yeah, so first up, we had the Transformers trailer. So what did you think of that?
Well, it looks amazing, but
Yes.
as you know, it doesn't ever turn out right.
Right. So I know they've made tons of money, but being an original Transformers lover, I'm not too thrilled with what they do with the robots. I mean, you don't get much of anything, and Bumblebee doesn't even talk. I can go on. But you do get to see awesome sights, like Optimus Prime riding a robot dinosaur. So you got its pros and cons, right?
Yes, because, I mean, this is the only place where you can get robot dinosaurs messed up.
That's true. That's very true.
I
So I'll probably wait on that one. I didn't see the last one.
Yeah.
Saw the first two. You know, not a big fan of the robot designs. They kind of look like somebody takes scrap metal and throws them at the screen. So, we'll see how that goes. Next up, a little more positive. What'd you think of Amazing Spider-Man 2?
It looks amazing, and also, there's been a talk about this on, like, Facebook and stuff, and on websites and stuff like that, that Gwen Stacy is wearing the outfit that she wears in the comic when she dies.
Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know, who weren't alive back in the 60s, or follow the comic book legend, so most of you guys probably know Mary Jane as Spider-Man's girlfriend/wife in the most recent movies, but before that, as you guys who watched the Amazing Spider-Man know, he had a girlfriend named Gwen Stacy. Now, she was the original love of his life, and died tragically at the hands of the Green Goblin. So in this movie, she has on basically the same outfit that she had when she got thrown off the bridge and died. Now, is that just a nod to fans? Is that just to make us think something's going to happen? Or is something actually going to happen? I guess we don't know. I guess the bigger news is all the freaking villains in this thing.
Yeah, I think they're overpowering the villains here. They have way too many villains in just one movie.
So we know we have Electro.
Yes, we have Electro, we have this weird-looking Rhino.
Yeah, Rhino looks more like a Transformer himself.
Yes.
More so than a guy in a Rhino suit. So it looks like a mech. So I guess we'll see how that goes. It is Paul Giamatti, so he's a good actor. Not sure how they're going to squeeze him into everything else that's going on. And then we also have the Osborns.
Oh, yeah, Green Goblin, what is up with that costume?
The only thing I've seen is a still picture, so I don't know what it's going to look like in motion. I know from the banner he actually looks kind of bluish, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He looks like Mr. Frost. I don't know. If you've seen Rise of the Guardians, he kind of looks like that guy, Jack Frost. So we'll see what happens, I guess. But now they're hinting that Alistair Smythe, the Spider Slayer, might be in it. I guess there's so much going on. We'll have to see how it kind of fits all together. So we'll see this in theaters, I think. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Peter.
All right. So moving on to probably...
Wait, actually, there's one more thing I want to add to Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Okay, what do you got?
Is that in the background of some of the trailers, you see Dr. Octopus's claws and
The Vulture's wings.
Vulture's wings.
So the theory is this is leading into the Sinister Six, which for you guys who don't know, again, if you don't read the comics, that was like a super team of villains that went up against Spidey. So basically, they've kind of fluctuated members throughout the years. You usually have Doc Ock as one of the main players. Goblin usually isn't included because he's more of a standalone kind of guy. But you also have Kraven the Hunter, who hasn't really been hinted at yet. And a few other guys that kind of float in and out. But of course, you have your big ones, Electro, Rhino, those guys, which are going to be in the movie. So we'll kind of see how this develops.
Yep. And the next one we're going to talk about is my personal favorite, Captain America 2. This is looking awesome.
Yeah, I got to admit, this is probably my second most anticipated movie after the other Marvel movie that's coming out, Guardians of the Galaxy, which I'm just so excited about because it's just going to be crazy, hopefully.
Yeah.
But back to Cap 2, it looks like a really good, solid movie. So a good movie overall, kind of like the last Wolverine movie was kind of like a Japanese Yakuza movie with Wolverine thrown in. This is like a spy, thriller, espionage kind of thing with Captain America thrown in. We get to see glimpses of Falcon. who may
Yes.
well be an Avenger by the time Avengers 2 comes around.
I'm guessing so. I mean, he's an original Avengers from the comic books.
Yeah.
So.
You also have Black Widow, a very prominent member,
Mhm.
and of course Nick Fury.
Yeah, and also, Winter Soldier. That's the biggest. I mean, it's the name of the movie,
Yeah.
The Winter Soldier. And for those of you who do not know who the Winter Soldier is, it's Bucky.
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
Okay,
spoiler.
well, I guess it's not really a spoiler, but if you don't know, if you remember Cap's buddy from the first movie, Bucky, who actually got him enlisted or helped him get enlisted and was hanging out with him and got thrown off the train, he got revived by the Russians and was turned into a super soldier himself. And he gets put into hibernation after every hit job. So that's why he's still young, considering he was still back in World War II with Cap, right? What else to say about the Winter Soldier bit? So you think there might be another villain in there, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Who do you think might show back up?
Maybe Red Skull.
He's banking for Red Skull. I'm not so sure. Who's going to be
Or
pulling the
maybe
strings?
he'll be just like a thing at the end.
Could be. Now, I haven't read this because I don't want to get spoiled myself, but apparently there's a description out there of the post-credit sequence for Captain America 2. So Dre doesn't even know that yet because I know he'll want to read it, and we have to save it for the movie.
Dang it.
So we're going to wait for that and see what happens once it gets revealed. Because you always have to stay for the teasers after that. So speaking of movies, I think the big movie we're going to see this week is
Lego Movie. We're going to be doing a review on this next week.
Yep. And by all accounts, this is actually really, really good. It's written by the guys who did Clyde with a Chance of Meatballs 1 and 21 Jump Street. So they have a run of some pretty good movies. I know I really loved Clyde with a Chance of Meatballs. So hopefully this will be a really fun movie. I've heard also, Dre doesn't know this, there are other cameos in there because we see some DC guys in there, but I've heard tale that some other people might show up.
Dad, why do you keep these things back?
I just found out today.
The podcast?
I just found out today. So we'll have to see who pops up in the Lego universe, right?
I want Marvel.
Well, I'm not going to say anything. I guess we'll have to
I
find out.
vote Marvel and Star Wars.
We'll see. And speaking of Legos, what did they just announce?
They're gonna be doing a Ghostbusters set.
Yeah, so it looks like they got the go-ahead to make a Ghostbusters 30th anniversary set. So I think we'll have to get that, right?
Yes.
We never got the Back to the Future set.
Yeah, we'll just buy them both at the same time.
So Dre just thinks we'll buy them both. So
I really want the DeLorean.
yeah, the DeLorean. Which one are you going to build? Because you can do all three.
What?
Do you know that?
What?
The set for the DeLorean lets you do the original DeLorean, the future DeLorean with Mr. Fusion on back, or the Western DeLorean, like in the third one.
Oh.
So you can customize. You can't do all three, but you can customize what you want.
Buy 3 sets. Who cares? I mean,
Sure, we'll do
It
that.
will be like $1,000 when I'm.
But yeah, looking forward to the Ecto one and the Ghostbuster guys.
And speaking of Legos, I have a few sets. Well, they haven't been released yet, but they've said them, and they've released that they're gonna have Cat 2
Yes.
sets and Guardians of the Galaxy sets.
Yes, I can't wait to see
Oh,
those.
those are gonna be so cool. A raccoon with a shotgun.
Yeah, raccoon with the shotgun. That's all you need to know.
And a tree, a talking tree.
Yeah.
That says,
For those of you who don't know, Guardians of the Galaxy is being directed by James Gunn, who did this crazy movie called Slither a few years back, which has Mal Reynolds or Castle in it, as you guys may know. But really, it was an homage to one of my favorite movies, Night of the Creeps, about these slugs that come in and invade people. But it's just over the top, crazy. And you have a lot of stars in it. Bradley Cooper is the voice of Rocket Raccoon. Vin Diesel is the voice of Groot,
oh yeah,
who will pretty much just say,
Groot. They'll just say Groot.
yeah. So he's going to say Groot in a variety of voices. But he did really well when Vin Diesel did Iron Giant. So hopefully this will kind of carry on and be that same thing. So we'll have to see how that goes. But high hopes for that one. Hope it doesn't disappoint.
And also, here's something lesser nerdy. I don't know if you'd call this nerdy, but Simpsons Legos.
Oh yeah, I guess we didn't mention that, did we?
Nope, one set. One set has been revealed, and that is the Simpsons house.
Yeah, so it's pretty pricey. It's $200. So I don't see that landing in our house anytime soon,
No.
unless he can convince Grandma and Papa to get that for part of the Christmas village, right?
Yes.
All right, maybe
Doubtful.
not.
Doubtful.
That probably won't be fair, but he can see what he can do. So kind of jumping off there, you want to talk about any of the latest comics you've been reading?
Yes, Atomic Robo, as you heard last time.
And
Turbo
this one is
Robo.
volume...
4.
Is it volume 4?
5.
Volume 5. I can't even keep track.
Yeah.
So we've been kind of burning through some of the Atomic Robos. This one is a collection called Other Strangeness.
And I'll do the honors of the big review.
Yeah, I was going to say, so let's kind of get into them one at a time, okay?
Oh, okay.
So the first comic in the set, because it's a four comic collection, not really a continuous storyline throughout, though, right?
No.
But still some fun comics. So the first one was about like this vampires from another dimension that break in. So it was okay. What did you think of that part of it?
You normal Atomic Robo.
Yeah.
Story.
So it was okay. It was probably my favorite of the collection. The second one was basically a takeoff of your Japanese super teams.
Power Rangers.
Voltron.
Definitely Power Rangers. I mean, you have these guys dressed up as the Power Rangers.
Yep, and they fight a giant kaiju guy.
Yes.
So, okay.
And also they fight with a gigantic Atomic Robo mech.
Yes, they make a Robo Mech, which is pretty cool. So again, that was kind of a fun piece. I guess if you're a little more into Power Rangers, it might have even been better. But I really, really, really liked the closing 2 chapters of this four collection. So the third comic in the collection is
Okay, why Dr. Dinosaur hates Atomic Robo?
Yeah, and we kind of started reading some of the Atomic Robos out of order, but that's one of the good things about Atomic Robo. You don't have to read them in order.
Yeah.
They're kind of made to pick up any collection at any time and read through the storylines. So we got some free comic book day ones, which featured,
Dr. Dinosaur.
and he was our favorite guy, right?
Yes.
So he's like his derpy supervillain, right? So we've read some leading up to this, and this actually kind of reveals, dun dun dun, how Dr. Dinosaur got his name. Because didn't he want to be called...
He wanted to be called the Raptor King, and then Atomic Robo went in and said, but you're actually smaller... Wait.
Actual raptors are smaller than you.
Yeah.
Because he thinks he traveled through time, but Atomic Robo doesn't think he actually traveled through time, right?
But yeah, he was going to call himself the Raptor King, and he's like, so you're going to call yourself something after that was made up for Jurassic Park.
Yeah. But really fun. Really like that comic. Really like the banter between Dr. Dinosaur and Atomic Robo. So,
wait, it also sort of leads into the new one that's coming out, Volume 8?
Yes, Volume 8.
Which is the Sword of Dr. Dinosaur.
I want to say it's the Savage Sword of Dr. Dinosaur or something close to that.
And he's like covered in crystals, and as you can see, I mean, there's a lot of just crystals in this one.
Yes.
From like little art and stuff that we've seen.
Yes.
And in the last one, like this crystal, like, did it explode?
Yeah, he always says he's powered by crystals, and it just makes Atomic Robo mad, right?
Yes.
Because he says, how can a crystal really power anything? So then the fourth chapter of that collection, is really awesome. And I don't know, should we reveal what the big villain is?
I'll do this.
All right,
Spoiler alert!
So yeah, we'll do spoiler alert. We go 3, 2, 1, spoiler alert.
Okay, so they released the biggest villain for Atomic Robo, which is they called it Dead Edison.
Undead Edison.
Undead Edison.
So Thomas Edison, because Atomic Robo was actually created by Nikola Tesla, who was Thomas Edison's greatest competitor back in the day. And so lots of fiction has been done about these guys. Lots of things about how awesome they were, and that Nikola Tesla got ripped off. And Nikola Tesla is actually the creator of Atomic Robo in these comics. So I think that'll play out pretty good through the rest of the comics, right?
Yes it will.
Because who does Undead Edison kind of look like?
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider, right. So you got a flaming skull guy that Atomic Robo tries to bring back and make corporeal again until he figures out that he actually is his arch enemy, Thomas Edison.
Dun, dun, dun.
And one of Dre's favorite parts is the testing,
Yes.
when they test to see what the ghost really
So,
is.
here's some of the tests. So they throw a paper ball at him to see if he's like transparent.
Yeah.
And then they also see if he's like electromagnetic or something like that.
Yeah.
And they shoot like this very high voltage lightning gun at it.
Yep.
And nothing happens, but it does blow a gigantic hole in
Yes.
the
Side of the building.
in the side of the building, and they call it the observation deck.
All right. Anything else to say about Atomic Robo?
Yes.
What?
There is an app for it, which
Oh,
we just
yeah.
figured out. There is an app.
He's trying to get more money out of me.
Yeah,
I buy an
yeah.
app, and then I have to buy the next volume of the Atomic Robo comic, right?
Yes.
Oh man, this is getting expensive.
They said that they're gonna have a movie last year, but we no.
Yeah, it's on Kickstarter. I'm not sure what happened to that. Oh well.
It looked awesome.
It looked awesome. Might make a good direct to video movie.
My dream was always for an animated Atomic Robo cartoon sort of thing.
Yeah. So once again, thumbs up for Atomic Robo. If you haven't checked that out, we'll keep beating that drum for a while until he picks up another comic. Although really, you do have Little Battlestar to read too, right?
Oh yes, the Little Battlestar series.
Yeah.
My favorite artist, Art Baltazar. I actually got a drawing from him and some signed Tiny Titans books.
Yeah. So he does a comic called Tiny Titans. Really cute stuff. Little Battlestar is exactly the same thing. So you have Little Cylons, Little Starbuck, Little Apollo.
Wait, here is his different series that he's done. So his biggest one is Tiny Titans. Then actually his biggest one is All Yeah Comics, which is like his personal.
That's his
one.
own personal label, yeah.
And then he also does Little Hellboy,
Yep.
Little Hellboy, and Little Battlestar.
Yep.
And isn't there a few?
I don't know. There are some I'm not sure if he does them. He's done the covers for a bunch of others, like Little Ernie, which is Evil Ernie, which is a little too underground even for me. I've never read it.
Wait,
And
Little $6 Million Man.
Little I forgot about Little $6 Million Man, and Little Sonya, which is
Yeah.
Red Sonya.
Yeah, because like we saw the little preview of it, and his art is on the cover, but everything inside the book isn't his.
Yep. Anything else on those guys?
No, I don't think so.
All right. So we'll kind of move out of comic land, and once again, I will turn it over to Dre for his Minecraft section. So take it away, Mr. Minecraft.
Okay, so I downloaded probably the coolest map from Skydaz. If you don't know what Skydaz is, it is the best place to get mods and mod installers. But you can also get texture packs and maps. And this map that I downloaded was the Columbia map for those who play BioShock Infinite. And this is the coolest map ever, but you have to use a texture pack or else it doesn't look very good. It looks like the city is made out of wool. I use the, I cannot remember its name, but it's sort of like an end of the world one. It's the third one on the list at
Third Rock
Skydaz.
from the Sun?
No. I can't remember its name. Like if I
The
can,
Third Man?
Let me check your iPad.
Oh.
Let me check that.
He has to do some research. This makes
Hold
good
on.
radio, huh?
Yeah.
So what are we going to talk about when you look that up?
I don't know. Talk about Atomic Robo, I guess.
We already talked about Atomic Robo.
Here we can probably cut this. Never mind. Here, just a second. Sorry, I was not prepared for this, but
I told him we need to make show notes, but he doesn't want to take notes.
I don't want to take notes. So Skydaz, technically, I could just do this on my laptop, and it'd be a lot easier. Wait, no, not Modpack. Maps. Maps. Textures. Broken. How do you pronounce it?
What is it? Where am I looking?
Broken
Anachronism.
It is a really cool one to do for that BioShock Infinite map, and the creator of it is really cool. So yeah, there's a few of them that you can use for this map that look really good and nice, but that's the one that I use. makes it look more end of the world-esque sort of thing, more steampunk.
It is really cool. Like, I'm not big into Minecraft. I know it's Dre's whole world, literally.
Yes.
But it does look pretty cool. So if you played Bioshock Infinite or a Minecraft fan, probably want to have them check it out, right?
Yes, it's amazing. And I've done some customization to it. Made some laboratories and stuff in it.
Yeah.
Some of the empty buildings. And set up some teleporters and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
And there's also another Bioshock map that you cannot get on Skydaz. And it's the, what's the name of it?
Rapture?
Rapture. They had the city of Rapture, and
From the original Bioshock.
yeah, and Dad says this is a very spot-on replica of it.
If I remember, I've only played a little bit of it, but it seems pretty accurate from what I recall.
I can't imagine how annoying it was, because if you play Minecraft, you know how annoying that it is to build underwater. And imagine building this ginormous city underwater. That had to be really, really annoying.
Okay. Got anything else to talk about today?
Not really.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up then. And tell them where you can find us.
You can find me at the Draven Universe, and, and also we'll be soon having a new podcast up called Modcast, which will be with Abby Force, if you remember her, from Nerdy News Episode 1.
Yep.
So we'll have Episode 1 and 2 up soon.
Yep.
We have not set up the slideshows and stuff for that yet. But I guess this ends this episode, so goodbye, companions, and I'll see you next time. I gotta travel.